Blessings and welcome to all of my vivacious Virgos out there. This is Synergized Tarot by Tammy, and this is your June 2020 tarot reading, whether it's your sun, moon, or rising sign in Virgo. And yes, I'm a Virgo rising myself, so always a pleasure to connect to my fellow Virgos out there. So, wow, we've got a lot going on this month here, Virgos. I just feel like we have a lot of luck on our side this month. So we need to just allow ourselves to feel this beautiful energy that I feel is flowing for us, especially in connection to our career and love. Wow. So we've got a lot of luck on our side. We need to take a chance. We need to gamble on things. We need to really be able to make some changes in our life, right? And focus on what we really want here. So let's start off with an archetypal energy connecting to the first position, the self position, maybe a light vibration that we really need to feel this month, understand for June 2020. So let's see what that card is. Child nature. So what it says on here is friendships with animals, communication with nature spirits. Is that beautiful? And there you see the bunny. How interesting, because I felt like when I was meditating on our energies, the two signs I was feeling was the bunny rabbit, and the horse. And that's why I felt there was going to be this lucky energy for some of us. So yes, it looks like there may be some luck in connections to, excuse me, just being a Virgo this month, being connected to nature, communicating. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. Friendships with animals. So us Virgos are definitely connected to the energy of animals. So this may be a really important month to make sure that we're out in nature, connecting to those beautiful animal spirits, right? The bunny energy here. So there does seem to be this connection to nurturing, to nature, children, love. It just looks lovely. So yeah, we need to really connect to the child within us, the connection to nature, their connection to our animal spirits, our beautiful animals that we have, connection to them. It may be a beautiful month of that kind of connection to the earth, to our animals, to those kind of beautiful energies around us. So let's go to the second house. And the second house is our finances and resources here. So Virgo, let's see how our finances and resources, and as we go into more into the reading, there are some astrological things that are happening out for us. It's a big month of retrogrades. It's, we've had the nodes, the North Node changing into Gemini. For us, we've got a lot of Gemini energy in our 10th house and 11th house. And that is our career, our destiny, our hopes, wishes, and dreams, connecting to the right people. So that seems to be a big focus for us, not only for the next couple months, but I feel for the next year and a half, while we have the North Node in Gemini in our career for 18 months. So let's pull a card for our finances and resources this month here for us Virgos. The Nine of Swords, stress. So we need to look at this. It does look like we may have some stress, some situations that we're going to have to deal with in our finances and resources. So let's connect and understand what we need to do in regards to our resources, that we won't have so much stress, that maybe paying off debt. A lot of us have been going through a lot of difficulties in our finances because of what we've been going through. So I'm not surprised that we see the stress card for some of us Virgos out there. But I do feel getting through that, we will, because our financial status is going to start to get better. Yeah, the key is knowing that we need to release that stress. We need to know that it looks like we're releasing things, being free. We got the number 8 here, and the 8th house is connection to other people's resources, receiving assistance from the government. So it does look like maybe we're not going to feel so stressful. Maybe this is about releasing some stress because we are receiving some type of financial assistance from others, and that's the key, is allowing us to receive help and assistance from others so that we can be free of the stress that we may be feeling in that regards. So let's go into the third house here for us Virgos, and that's the connection to, of course, communication. It's the connection to Gemini. So let's see the third house connection to how our communication skills are going to be. I feel like they're going to start to improve in regards to how we communicate to others on one-on-one situations, and to finding the ability to focus on our career and how we want to communicate in the best way for that. Yeah, prepare, Three of Wands. So we're preparing for something that we are really focusing on. And that's why I feel with Gemini, the Northern and Gemini going in our 10th house, we are being prepared for some type of new communication, a new skill. We are being prepared for maybe some type of hope, wish, and dream that we've been wanting. But the Three of Wands is very positive. It is about us focusing, preparing, and planning for the future and how we want to focus our communication on focusing on a new skill. So that's beautiful to see there. For some of us, we are preparing for something new. So let me pull one more card here in the third house of communication, preparing for new skills, preparing to be able to, see a new environment. That's what I feel. A lot of us are really preparing as Virgos for some type of new environment. We're changing the way we have been communicating. We're going to be focusing on our career, our destiny, what is really going to be important for us to have this great environment. So that's good to see. This is wonderful that we are preparing for the future. We're preparing for a new career. We are preparing for what we've been wishing for, right? So let's go to the fourth house, and that's where we're going to have this beautiful full moon in Sagittarius. Let me see here. Let me get my notes here. Excuse me, yes, full moon in Sagittarius is going to be a lunar eclipse on June 5th here. So, and it will be affecting our fourth house of family and home. So things may be coming into fruition in regards to our family and our home, our security. So let's see what that may entail here for that full moon in Sagittarius here. So let's see. And of course, that's the other thing, right? So we have the South Node now in the fourth house. The South Node in Sagittarius with the North Node in the 10th house here. So there's something coming into fruition, some type of change, something that maybe you've been working on, Virgos, in regards to home life. But let's see here. Let's see. I'm sure it's going to be positive in this connection to the full moon. Ooh, endings, 10 of swords here. So what we see here, because that South Node is moving into our fourth house, we're moving away from something in regards to the home life. So there is some type of ending. There is some type of change that is happening in the home life here that we need to focus on. It could be because we're going to be focusing more on our career and not as much on our family life, our home life. That may be that we are really going to see big changes. We may have to move, right, for some of us to fulfill this new career, this new destiny that some of us are going through here. So even though there's an ending, I feel it's the beginning of something new. Yeah, eclipse, that's the moon's energy, right? So it does look like through this ending, there will be something coming through this eclipse that's happening in that fourth house, that full moon on June 5th, okay, in Sagittarius. Something is changing for us, an ending that we need to understand that is actually moving us to a new career, a new destiny, allowing us to fulfill something pretty powerful in our life now. And it may just mean that we have to not focus so much maybe on the family, but it may mean for some of us that we will be moving, especially in the next 18 months. I do feel that for sure. But there's something coming into light that we are going to understand as far as this eclipse happening in our fourth house of family and home. So yes, what else did I want to pull there? Yes, I wanted to pull a surrender card, since we are leaving something behind with that South Node there for the next 18 months in our family life. So let's see if there's some indication here what we need to surrender to in that fourth house of family and home, that eclipse energy that is happening. Ooh, that one want to fly out. Wow, that's what we need to surrender to. Can you see that? Wonder and awe. That is what's happening for us. It says, open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. So that's what we just need to surrender to, this new wonder and awe of our life that is going to be starting to be shown to us. I love it. So yes, that is great to see that energy there. So let's go into the fifth house. And of course, we still have a lot going on in the fifth house. We have Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto in there. And of course, Saturn and Jupiter, they're all retrograde. So still there's some things that maybe we need to focus on in the fifth house. And it's in regards to love. It is regards to our children, our desires, taking a chance, right? So let's see our creativity. So let's see what is happening in June in our fifth house. What are we focusing on here, Virgos? The Eight of Swords, restriction, okay? So that's why we still have Saturn, we have Pluto, we have Jupiter in retrograde. So there is still some restrictions that we are still feeling in our fifth house that we still need to work on. It may be in our creative flow, it may be in finding love. There may still be some restrictions. We've been feeling that, Virgo, because we've had Saturn in our fifth house for the last couple of years. And of course, the South Node. So, there has been a lot of restrictions that we have been feeling in regards to love here, right? So I do feel this is about being ready to not be fearful about this change. We are really going through a change here, Virgo, and it's affecting, I feel, our love house. And of course, the fifth house is our love house. We've got Mars in our seventh house with Neptune still, and our 10th house of our career, our destiny, a new flow. So yeah, I feel like there is going to be this new flow coming to us through the restrictions that we have been feeling in our fifth house, right? And so let's pull another card here. And as Jupiter moves direct, and I can't remember when it goes direct, but maybe it's in August or so, especially for us female energies. Yes, I understand that. So we've been feeling a lot of restrictions in our fifth house, not just in love, but also in our creativity. Maybe, having to, have to be more focused on our children, being really restricted and focusing on them. And maybe this is a time where we're actually going to start to move away from having all these what's the word I want to say? Not restrictions, but all these things that we have to do for our family, right? Responsibilities, that's what I was trying to think here. So yes, the fifth house here. I did want to pull one more card here. Of course, love cards. So let's pull some love cards here. And oh yes, a couple more here. In love. So we do see that there has been some restrictions, especially for us female. But let's see where love, release your ex. Okay, so some of us need to release a relationship before we can move forward and not be fearful in doing that. So that is really strong because, Saturn's going to be moving into our sixth house by the end of the year. Jupiter's going to start to go forward. We've got Venus in retrograde right now. It is really focusing on relationships, focusing and planning and preparing for something new. So some of us Virgos need to release those exes that aren't going to serve our purpose. It's not going to allow us to move forward in that 10th house. So yes, that is important for some of us Virgos to release some exes in our vibration so that we can move forward in a new energy here in love. I feel love is really opening up for us if we want it. But we need to be focused on that. Past life relationship, hello. So of course we have Venus in retrograde. It will be retrograde for this whole month. It is in Gemini in our 10th house. It is about connecting to maybe something from the past, and focusing maybe towards a new destiny in love, right? So that's what this past life relationship, especially if you meet someone, well, not even new, or someone from the past, or maybe someone coming from the past that you may be connecting to, Virgo, that you realize you've had this past life connection here. So people from the past could be coming, it could be a past life relationship, but I do feel there's some type of fifth house focus in finding, the fifth house is finding true love, finding a soulmate. And I feel like we're getting prepared to find that energy through having these restrictions for the last couple of years in our fifth house. We've had a playfulness. It's time for us to have fun. And that is the fifth house. The fifth house is fun and adventure. I know it's kind of hard to have fun, but I do feel there is some playfulness out there for some of us Virgos. And all we have to do is to surrender to that wonder and awe that's going to be with us. So one more card here, one more card, romantic feelings. Okay, so we see that there is some type of connection to having fun, romantic feelings. I feel like we're getting through some type of restriction. And I want to pull just one more card in the fifth house, because I do feel we will be focusing on relationships this month here. Oh my gosh, I love this. Resolution. So there is resolutions. This is Six of Swords, finally moving forward through clarity, through communication. The swords are all about communication. So we see that through restrictions, there will be, there will be resolutions. So you see the words restriction and resolution. So yes, it does look like we will be moving forward from anything that we've been having to be restricted from in love. So let's see here. And resolution also in creativity and connections to children. It is about resolutions to things in the fifth house. So let's go to the sixth house, and that's our day-to-day life. That's our connection to our own house, Virgo. We are connected to the sixth house. So let's look at how our day-to-day life, our work regime, our health is looking in the month of June here, Virgos. So what is the card for us, Virgos? Oh my gosh, is that great or what? We get the Wheel of Fortune. I'm so excited. Angel of Destiny. Hello, do you see that word, Angel of Destiny? What did I say? We've got so much happening in our 10th house. That is the 10th house of our career and destiny, the number 10. So I do feel there's something very fortunate, lucky, that is going to be happening for us in our career, our destiny, our day-to-day life here. Is that beautiful? I'm so happy to see that, because it does show we are going to be focusing on and planning for a new future, our hopes, wishes, and dreams, a new career. We are really focusing on what we're here to do, our life purpose, our soul purpose, right? So love it, love it. Let's pull another card here in regards to our career and destiny for us Virgos. Look at this. Is about secrets being revealed, documentations, paperwork, deals, contracts. So this is wonderful to see that there is a change. There's something coming out, a secret being revealed. Contracts, paperwork. This is a good thing to see that through this change in our career and destiny, there is opportunities out there that really, as some of us may be going back to school, learning about the secret life, secret connections to, the universe. But yeah, this is about knowing that there's a big change. We are going to be learning a lot, a new skill maybe, right? Because, as I said, the third house of Gemini is connected to a skill, and the 10th house where Gemini is going to be there for the next 18 months is maybe learning a new skill to have a new career, right? That's beautiful. So let's go to the sixth house. The seventh house. We have Mars there for most of the month until the end of the month, I believe until 28th of June. And of course, we still have Neptune. And the seventh house is connections to partnerships, relationships, one-on-one contacts. And of course, we're focusing on that seventh house. We've got a lot going in our fifth house. So I still feel there may be this, connection with Mars being in there. There could be some confusion, some strong, dealings and partnerships in regards to feelings and emotions. But I do also feel like this may be focusing now on those who want a relationship, focusing now on how to have that, right? The King of Pentacles, and there may be a strong connection to another earth energy, a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn, who may be very generous. But I also feel with the King of Pentacles being in our 7th house of Mars and Neptune, this may be a job offer. Remember I said there's a contract. There may be an opportunity to receive something for our career from this King of Pentacles, who's going to give us a generous offer. So look at that. I do feel this energy in the 7th house really is giving us the ability to focus and manage our career. We're going to receive opportunities, contracts, business deals from others. It's going to be very generous. So let's look out that. Now, we have to remember that we do have a lot of things in retrograde happening still, but I feel like this is about getting things into motions, figuring out the plan, being prepared, and as the energy moves forward. And I do believe what Venus will still be retrograde all month, but I do understand Venus will be visible in the middle of the month. So we may start to see things come into light, into fruition in regards to our work, our career by the middle of the month, when Venus starts to be visible in the sky here. So yes, we'll have to focus on that, because I feel there's a generous offer for some of us that we're going to receive. Love, a business partnership. Yeah, look at this. The Tower is upon us. This is about focusing on our career, focusing on generosity. We may be receiving a wonderful, generous offer from a big company. But this could be going back to school, learning something. So yes, I feel like we're all of us Virgos are going to focus on what our real life goals are that we really want to fulfill, and we really need to focus on them for the next 18 months. This is why Gemini is blessing us in our 10th house right now. We need to focus on our career. So that's what the Tower is upon us, saying there may be something very unexpected that comes to us through communication, connecting, that's going to allow us to change our career destiny. It's beautiful. So let's look out for something very unexpected coming to allow us some type of opportunity. So let's go to the 8th house, and the 8th house excuse me, Virgo, I'm getting so excited for us. That's the 8th house of Scorpio. It's the house of transformation, change. So let's see what the 8th house is bringing us this month. The 10 of Wands, burdens. So this is about, in the 8th house, we need to release the burdens, right? We need to look at those things that I feel have been stressful for us, right? There's some things in the 2nd house and 8th house. We see stress in the 2nd house and burdens in the 8th house. So that means we need to focus on our finances. We need to focus on those things that have been stressful for us in regards to our finances, and to maybe get things off our back. We need to maybe consolidate. We need to get rid of some, some loans. This could be finally ending things that have been restricted in regards to our finance and resources, but we need to look at things and how we can make things change so we're not feeling so burdensome, so stressful in our finances. But that's what I feel like. There's this, and it also could be in regards to the career. I just feel a lot of us are releasing something that we know we don't need anymore, and it could be a job and focusing on a new career. But we need to release any type of burdens, especially you male energies here, you Virgos, right? So maybe you're feeling more stressed about your resources, and there are things that you need to change in regards to how you grow your finances to have more stability here. This may be because, for all of us, we're going through a lot in regards to finances. So a lot of us Virgos may be looking at ways to consolidate, right? To get rid of those unnecessary items, material things that may really not be necessary at this time. So let's go into the ninth house, and that's where we have Uranus there, right? And the ninth house is connection to our higher power. It's about learning and focusing on that. So that's why I feel some of us are really focusing on learning, learning a new skill, going back to school, researching. So let's see. Let's focus on this ninth house here. Two of Wands, progress. So there is progress being made in regards to the ninth house, in connection to a higher power, in connection to fulfilling maybe our goals. Progress is being made. We are focusing and preparing for the choices that we need to make. So this may be a very important month that we may be really focusing on making progress in making choices this month in regards to, you know, where we want to focus our energy at this time here, right? So let's pull another card in the ninth house here. And let's see here. This is just about love. This is about feeling good. So the choices that you're making this month, and you can see the number 9, are going to be great. It's going to be something that you're going to be happy. And that's why I feel there may be an opportunity, a job offer, something coming to you that you're going to have to make a choice about. But I feel like if there's an opportunity that comes out of the blue, something that may be totally different than what you have been doing, no, I feel like there's luck, there's like joy. You're going to be receiving some type of blessing here. So that's what I'm feeling for us. There's choices that are going to be really great for some of us Virgos this month here. So before I move on to that, I just want to pull a wisdom card to receive some wisdom in our ninth house here. Let's see what the wisdom is. The spiral dancer, circulus route, perception. And let me read a little bit about the spider dancer for us here. Number 5. Okay. This is us, the spiral dancer. The spiral dancer, the spiral dancer moves with her own rhythm and steps to music only she can hear. She takes you on a path that is winding and circular. She assures you that what you're experiencing as a setback is really part of an important upward spiral. Perception is everything. You're not retracting your steps or going backwards, but rather around and up. So she says that you can be comforted knowing that your path is one of success, adventure, and experiences. Follow her, for she dances along a magical way. If you're asking about a relationship, keep on dancing and magic will soon happen. Also, it's okay to allow someone else to take the lead at this time. Make sure to let others know that you're open. Always remember that relationships are mirrors and will show you in the past, the present, and the potential future. Our relationships have a destiny. Each is a sacred teacher with valuable lessons to share. Even if it appears that the two of you are dancing in different directions, all the steps are perfect, even when you may seem to be stumbling. The spiral dancer is a reminder that destiny's true path is seldom straight. So again, we're talking about our destiny's true path. And that's why I feel we're focusing on our destiny, our true pathway. That's what the spiral dancer is telling us. The wisdom that we are receiving. So keep on dancing. So let's go to the 10th house of our career and destiny, where, you know, Venus is retrograde. It will go visible in the middle of the month and go direct, I believe, next month. And so we've got the sun there for a little while there. So let's see here. Let's look at our career, our destiny. We know something's going on there. It may be at the beginning. It may just start to show little signs of change, but 7 of Swords, theft, So look at this here. So we need to look at this in our career. I just feel like we're walking away. It doesn't just mean theft and you're going to, be burglarized, but I feel this is also the 7 words of walking away from something, walking away. So that's why I feel some of us are just focusing on what we truly want. And that's what Venus is retrograde in there, really having us look at whether or not we need to walk away from where our pathway has been leading us. And, do we feel like we're not getting what we really need? Maybe we're not getting as much money as we deserve, right? So the 7 of Swords is asking us to see, is our career in a place where we want it to be? Do we need to walk away? Do we need to see a change? Have things been unfair with others in regards to your career pathway? Wow, look at this too. And then we see love here. But I feel this is more, you could find love through your career, but I feel this is more about fulfilling something that you truly love to do. And that's why I feel some of you just need to end something in your career to really fulfill your soul's pathway, to have your heart be fulfilled with love, and if we're not happy in what we do every day, we surely can't have this feeling of love flowing for us, right? So I feel that's a big thing for some of us Virgos, is just to know whether or not we're in the right career. Do we need to walk away now? Is this the time where we need to focus on this change? And I feel like a lot of us within the next 18 months, including myself, will probably see a different type of change in our career and destiny. So let's see here. Let's go to the 11th house, and that's where we're going to have this new moon. New moon on June 21st, and it will be a solar eclipse, and that'll be happening in our 11th house. Our hopes, wishes, and dreams, connections to our friends, networking, right? And Mercury will go retrograde in that house in the middle of the month. But we have that new moon and the sun shining in there at the end of the month. So we will be focusing on a career. I feel like we're going to be connecting to the right people. Maybe, this is about people from the past coming to help us out here, Virgo. But I see a lot of energy of friends from the past coming, new networking from maybe friends of friends. I just feel like, maybe a friend of you're going to receive a lot of connections from, someone who knows you and, says something to someone else. So that's what I feel. There's a beautiful connection with others. So yeah, a lot of assistance and help and love. And wow, there we go. The Tower. Here we go. The angel of enlightenment, right? And we've got a lot going on that new moon by the end of the month. And we also have that Tower here. So, and that business partnership. So yes, I feel, let's be prepared. I feel like some of us are receiving some type of wonderful new beginning. It's shaken up your life, your career. It's, connecting to new people. It's, finding others who are really seeing your potential here. So there's a big shakeup. The Tower is saying, are you ready for this new enlightenment? Are you ready to follow your pathway, your career's destiny? The Tower is upon us, and it happens on June 21st, and that's a solar eclipse there. So I feel it's going to be very positive for us in our 11th house here with that eclipse. Let's pull another card here. Look at this. Best friends, loyal companions, people you can trust. Is that cool or what? So that Tower that's coming down, you can trust whatever that is. I just feel it's something very unexpected. An unexpected call. Someone from the past that you've known for a long time is going to help you out. Love may be coming back. Someone that you've had a very strong companionship with. But there's a lot of things that energy can be about here. But I love it. I love it. So last card here. Excuse me. For this eclipse, and then we'll go to the 12th house. So let's see. We're being focused to shine. You need to focus on this metamorphosis. Hello. Do we see that there's a tower, a metamorphosis, a big change that's happening unexpectedly? It could be in regards to love, but the butterflies means change, means let's be ready for it. This is, wow, this is something pretty enlightening. It's electrifying. It's a big shakeup here. Wow, we are turning from a caterpillar to a beautiful butterfly. Is that cool? So let's read this beautiful message that this eclipse is bringing us. Yes, this eclipse is bringing a huge change, a big shakeup, a metamorphosis. Love it. You are in the progress of deep and beautiful change. Butterflies earn their wings through great effort. The process of change is often painful, for it is never without losses and sacrifices. If you are to transform from one form to another, a part of you needs to die. So we need to understand that some of us, we need to release an ex. Some of us, we understand we need to focus on change and make choices and allow ourselves to be open to new possibilities, right? Letting go isn't easy, especially when you're used to thinking a certain way about your life and how you live it. Just as a snake sheds its dead skin or a caterpillar dies so that a butterfly can be born, you're required to release your old ideas and embrace a necessary change so you can live your best life. Perhaps you're being asked to let go of low self-worth, a dream that no longer serves you, a relationship that is draining, or unhealthy habits. Despite your fear, you must accept this is a huge transformational time for you. There will be some loss involved, but you'll love what you become. I love that. So thrilled for us Virgos this month. So the last card, just since it's in our 12th house of a higher power, I just want to pull a beautiful connection to a higher light, a keeper of the light that we can connect to in the month of June through our meditation. Let's see, who can we call upon who can really help and assist us this month here for us Virgos? Awakening presence. Ilmora. Wow. Let's read about Ilmora. It says here, the universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. So let's read about Ilmora, and we'll have to focus on his energy because it seems like he is going to be awakening this new presence within us, helping us through this metamorphosis, right? Ilmoria is a spiritual name that was given to protect the identity of Ranbir Singh, a spiritually aware man born into a powerful family that ruled Kashmir, a region in the Indian subcontinent. In the 19th century, it is said that he interceded both spiritually and physically to stop the British invasion of the region in 1845. This wise soul is now able to help us remove any energy from our life that is not serving our connection to God. He is a wonderful guide to call on if we are unsure if something is real or not. He helps awaken our I am presence, which is our truest connection to our soul and to the universe itself. Spiritual protection is important at this time. Ensure that you're cleansing your energy before putting on any protection. Ilmora is here with a legion of angels to help you understand where you are at now. Fire up your divine connection and detach from dramas, people, places, and emotions that no longer serve you. Remember that within you, there is a mighty soul light. Allow the light to shine through your entire being. Then call on Ilmora and his angels to surround you in the light that will keep you safe on all levels. Also know that facing fears and seeing the truth will strengthen your connection to the universal life force. Blessings. What a beautiful reading for us Virgos. Just a wonderful connection of seeing there is a metamorphosis that we're surrendering to restrictions. We need to release those things that have been burdensome, and be ready for this tower of enlightenment that's coming to us. So much love to all of you. And if you want a personal reading from me, please connect with me. All my links are below. And until next time, with pure love, this energy, Tammy.